Hi everyone, my name is Dee. I am Katie Crea on YouTube and on Instagram, and I basically make videos about sewing. First of all, welcome back if you are a subscriber. Thank you ever so much to everyone who's subscribed to my channel since my last video. I still cannot believe that so many of you are interested in more content, so a massive, massive thank you. And if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Dee and I've been sewing for the last couple of years, a bit more than the last couple of years. I started in July 21 and I've never stopped since. I just really enjoy it. So yeah, I decided that I might as well make some videos because everyone around me, especially my husband, is really fed up with me talking about sewing, and I don't really have anyone near me who sews. So yeah, welcome, welcome if you are new to this channel. So this will be my first video where I will be talking to you about my latest makes. I really apologize because I do have something in my throat and I don't know what's going on. So I might be coughing or doing a lot of editing. Hopefully it won't be too bad. But yeah, I'm not feeling 100% today. But I really wanted to talk to you guys and I had a little bit of time to do that. So I am basically going to talk about my latest makes. So I've got about 5 different patterns to show you. No, that's a lie. I've got 4 patterns to show you and 2 versions of one of the patterns. That's it. So 5 makes. And the first project I've basically finished up sewing because I started at the end of last year, never managed to finish, is what I'm wearing. So this is, I'm going to try not to touch the mic. Let's try again. So this is the Pattern Emporium Grab a Cuppa cardigan. So the Grab a Cuppa cardigan is a lovely beginner pattern. If you've never sewn a cardigan, I really recommend you try this. It is a lovely pattern. I really like it. I will be looking down a little bit because my brain at the moment is gone. I don't know what's happening, but I have basically no brain left. So excuse me if you do see me looking at my phone rather than you. I really apologize in advance. But Pattern Emporium is a lovely pattern company. I think this is the only pattern I've sewn from them, but I know a few people on Instagram have sewn a few of their patterns and they really like them. And while I'm talking, I will definitely be showing, and I'm just going to move a little bit, I will definitely be showing some pictures of the actual pattern. And if there are a few versions, I always try to show you little pictures basically of each version. So this is an oversized dropped shoulder cardigan. So the dropped shoulders, sorry, you can see, I don't know if you can see on this fabric actually, you probably won't see anything, but basically the shoulder seam is up here, and this is a knit fabric that I bought in 2022 in October or November 22. So that was the knitting and stitching show at the Alexander Palace, which I'm going again this year, and I cannot wait. In October, I cannot wait. I'm so excited, and I've just been to the Stitch Festival in March, but never mind. So this is a knit fabric I bought from David Wells, who is one of the exhibitors at the Stitch Festival and the Knitting and Stitching Show. I think his first time was actually in 2022 when I bought this fabric. He's got lovely fabrics, and I think this was only £8 a meter. Oh, I lost my earring. So this was, I believe, only either £6 or £8 a meter, and I actually think it was £6 a meter. Really cheap, really good quality, quite a thick fabric with not too much stretch. I can't say that. That is ideal for beginners. If you really want to try a cardigan, I really recommend this. The cuffs are really lovely with this gathered sleeve, and I really enjoy. I just really enjoyed this this pattern. I think it looks lovely. The reason why I had not finished that last year was because I lengthened this version a lot more than I did my first version. And if you want to have a look at my first version, I will link my previous video up there because I'm talking about this version in this particular video. But this is my second version of the pattern, and I made it even longer than my first one. And when I did that, I forgot to lengthen the neckband. So obviously I cut out the neckband and then only realised once I had cut out my front, my back, my sleeve, that the neckband was too short. And then by then I was just like, I had sewn up everything actually. I just had the neckband to attach and realised that I had forgotten to lengthen it. And I was just done with it. I just didn't want to have to do anything with it. So I left it over Christmas, didn't touch it, and I've only finished it not long ago. So I've lengthened the neckband now, and it does fit all the entire length. So it's all fine now. And I will put some pictures of me wearing this pattern. It is a lovely, lovely pattern, as I said. It's very easy. The instructions are great. And if you're looking for a beginner cardigan pattern, I really, really recommend it. I think it looks lovely, and I'll put probably a video if I have filmed one. But yeah, I'll put everything as I'm talking. I have to say thank you to Ruanne, who is the Yorkshire Sew Girl, because she mentioned to me on Instagram while we were DMing each other that she would make that all the way to literally her feet, and that's what I did on this version, and I absolutely love that. I love how it looks almost like a coat, and yeah, I just think it's really, really lovely. The other thing I did with this pattern is I made a little matching headband that you can see on my head today. This is the book by Juliet Uzor. It is called You Will Be Able to Sew Your Own Clothes by the End of This Book. This is literally the name of the book, yeah. And I really, really love this book because there's a few patterns I definitely think I want to make at some point. Definitely a couple of them I think are really, really cute. The little headband I did is a really easy project. Again, very beginner friendly. 100%. You will see that I've tweaked this a little bit. So this is called the Simple Headband, and you've got a little picture here. I love the fabric she chose. Mine is different, so I'll show you the difference. So as you can see, you've got two pieces of fabric that are basically sort of intertwined between them. And I have made this version, which I'll show you later on. But this version, I just used one large fabric piece. I just cut one basically, and the smaller fabric piece, which is the one that held the two bigger ones together at the back, where you normally sew an elastic. I've not had to add an elastic because this is jersey fabric. I basically sewed at the back. Even a smaller, I had to remove so much length actually because this fabric is already stretchy. So it's just like this one big piece with the smaller piece at the back holding it together. And I think it looks really cute. And I wanted this matching set to see how I felt about it. I was a little bit worried that it might look like a 7-year-old, but actually I love it. You might think that. You still might think that. I personally love it. And I will make more. I will make more of this little matching headband cardigan style. I love it. So this is Juliet Uzor's book. Definitely recommend it if you're a beginner. If you have questions, please let me know. I'm quite bad at explaining things. I think I'm not great at that. So one person I forgot to mention is Liz from The Baker That Sews, and I'll put channel in the description box below because I absolutely love her channel. I also love Ruan's channel, the Yorkshire Sew Girls. Absolutely one of my top 3, 100%, both of them. Way up there, and I'll put both their channels in the link below. But I sewed this cardigan. The first time I sewed this was on Lee's channel, and so that's why I thought I would mention her because I loved her version. I can't remember if she had been only one or a few, but the only version I saw definitely made me want to sew this cardigan, and I think I was looking for a cardigan at the time. So thank you very much, Liz, as well for the inspiration. My next project I want to talk about is the Leanne Dress. So the Leanne Dress is a fibre mood pattern. If you don't know fibre mood, they are really nice pattern company. I do like their patterns. I used to be subscribed to their magazine as well. So they do. So they have a magazine, but they also have PDF patterns on their website. So yeah, I think it's a great pattern company. I like what they do. I like what they publish on their website. The only thing is, I just felt like there was a lot of patterns that look a little bit too much like each other. Same with Builder Style, to be honest. All these magazines, I think there's only so many patterns you can think about. I maybe have this impression less with fibre moods, but I need to stop getting sidetracked. So the Leanne Dress is a lovely, lovely summer dress. I really, really like this pattern. I've seen quite a few versions on Instagram, and it definitely made me want to sew this lovely dress. So again, I will put pictures of the patterns, the pattern versions as well, if there's a few. I know you can play with the length on this one if I remember correctly. It's a lovely dress. It's a proper summer dress, as I said, with narrow shoulder straps, and you can play with the length, so you can have it above the knee or down to the ankles, which give it like a more glamorous look. But you can also wear it as a top. You can also make it as a top, and I think that's the perfect top to have a massive meal, which I love. I love to have big meals. So this would be definitely one to remember for me. So you can either use a flowy fabric or a more like structured fabric that gives you more volume and makes it more like a statement piece. It's very easy to sew. It's a 2 out of 5 for fibre mode, which I believe is confident beginner. The only, I'd say, tricky bit would be the invisible zip. So yeah, if the instructions don't work for you, have a look on YouTube. There's loads of tutorials for invisible zip. I personally learned how to sew an invisible zip at a workshop I went to at either the Knitting and Stitching Show or the Stitch Festival, I can't remember, in London. And it was a lovely workshop. And from that workshop, I knew how to sew an invisible zip. And it was so much more helpful to have someone showing you like physically. So definitely have a look on the website of the shows. I think fibre mood is very oversized. I think the fibre mood patterns are very oversized. So make sure you check the finished measurement. I think this particular dress, you have to go by your upper bust measurement. So not your bust, that would go around the middle of your breast, basically. This is on top of your breast measurement. And yeah, that's how you choose your size. And I think that's what I did. I either did that or I went one size under. I actually cannot remember. But I believe I went one size under because a lot of people were saying this was quite oversized. So go by the finished measurement, which you have for fibre mood patterns. Definitely go by the finished measurement. It was quite a while back, so I cannot remember exactly which size I cut out. But definitely undersized. That's my advice. So my first version of this lovely dress is this one. I made it in an Ankara, is in an African print fabric. I don't think I can call it Ankara. I don't know what the difference is. I know all the terms for African print fabric in French. I don't really know them in English, to be honest. So it's quite funny when I try to explain to the fabric seller what I'm looking for. We don't call them the same in French, but anyway, it doesn't matter. This is a fake African print fabric, so not a cotton fabric. There's polyester in it, which I don't mind so much because it's very flowy. It doesn't touch my skin too much. And I did love the print of this fabric. So this is my first version. You got your invisible zip at the back, which I think I've done a really good job at. I was very surprised. I did have to unpick a couple of times, but I did manage to do something quite neat and quite nice. So that's your straps, which are not the easiest to make, but they give you a little tip which is very helpful, where you basically insert a needle with a thicker thread. I literally used yarn that you would attach to one end of the strap and then use it to turn it the other way around. It was quite easy with this fabric. I'll tell you a little bit more about the second version, but yeah, I think this looks very lovely. And then yeah, I made them both just below my knee. I did not lengthen it or shorten the length. No, I think I kept it exactly as it was because it went just below my knee. And that was what I wanted for a summer dress. That's exactly what I wanted. So yeah, very happy with it. I think it looks lovely. And I really like this version. That was supposed to be a toile initially. I was not even going to finish it properly, but I actually loved it so much that I did manage to finish this dress properly, and I'll be wearing it this summer. So that will be really, really lovely. And then with this dress, I made the other headbands, which is exactly the same as the one in the Juliet Uzor's book that I've just shown you previously. So this is a little headband that goes with it, and I can show you properly on this one. This is the smaller fabric piece that you basically use to attach the bigger fabric pieces. And you insert an elastic, obviously, because this is woven fabric, so you need the stretch to put it around your head. And then you obviously have two different bigger pieces that you are going to fold in half and sort of intertwine between them. Hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, that basically gives you a lovely headband. It's really easy to sew once you get the gist of it. And that's why I made another one, because I thought, you know what, let me do one more because I'm loving this. It's so easy and quick. I think I basically sewed this one in 10 minutes. Yeah, not even 10 minutes. Really, really easy. The only thing is I've got the biggest head on the planet. Basically, my head does not fit in anything. I'm not even joking. My head is absolutely huge. So I just had, obviously, to lengthen the fabric pieces, the fabric pieces measurements that Juliet Uzor was giving in the book, because I knew that was not going to fit me. So I measured my head, tried to lengthen the pieces accordingly. So just, if you have the same issue as me, just make sure you check that before cutting out your fabric and sewing it. And you can play around with the length of the elastic as well, which helps. But yeah, I did have to do a few tweaks to this one, and then this one was a lot easier to do next. But yeah, I love this first dress. So while you're looking at my first version, I'm going to show you pictures of it. Hopefully there'll be a video as well. I'm going to talk to you about my second version. So for this second version, I used a viscose fabric that I believe I bought from Rainbow Fabrics, which worries me because I can't remember where I bought this fabric from. And when that happens, I'm really worried about myself. I do have too many fabrics. I can't remember where I bought them all from. But I believe this one was from Rainbow Fabrics. And it's very drapey, so nothing like this first version, which was obviously made, I mean, it is polyester, but it's obviously a lot more cotton-like in terms of structure and texture. Whereas this is very drapey. And it was so transparent that I thought, let me line it straight away and not go through basically sewing the whole thing, and I can't wear it. Because I've done that a couple of times before, and it really hurts when that happens. Really, really hurts after all these hours put into it. So I lined it with a viscose fabric. It's a black viscose fabric. I can't remember when I got that one from. I lined it with that black viscose fabric. So I basically lined the entire skirt, and the black viscose was a little bit heavier than the Rainbow Fabrics viscose. So I had to also double my bodice. So I basically cut out each of the pieces for the bodice twice, just so that it could withstand the weight of the skirt, because I just knew that it wouldn't work. This viscose from Rainbow Fabrics was quite thin, so I don't think it would have worked. But I'm going to show you my second version. It was such a difficult fabric to work with that I couldn't make the straps in the same way I did for the first version, according to the pattern instructions. It did not work. I couldn't turn it around. It was fraying so much as well. It was awful. So I did hack this little one. I forgot to say that the first version does not have pocket, but I've added pocket to this version. So it is lovely. I really, really like it. So this is my second version. So as you can see, I basically had to hack the straps, and I basically made them bigger. That's the one thing I think I doubled the width, and I basically tie them up, because I just couldn't with this fabric make the narrow straps that we're supposed to do with this dress. But actually, I absolutely love this straps with this fabric because of how drapey it is. I think it looks really well with the straps made this way. And yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. I just love this version. I think it looks really, really pretty, very summery. And yeah, again, you've got your invisible zip at the back, which I did struggle with, but I did manage to finish. So I was very pleased with that. Yeah, it's a lovely dress. I love it. It's a lot more. Yeah, it's a lot heavier than the other version, definitely. So I think I could wear it in the evening when it's a little bit chilly, you know. And then it's all lined up, as I said, which gives it a really nice finish. But I don't know if you can see that it is transparent. I think you can see, yeah, you can see the fabric behind it. So that's because the viscose fabric is a bit transparent. But without this black fabric, I could not have been able to wear this, 100%. So it was more work. It was double the work, but it was definitely worth it, because now I can wear it. So no headband with that one, because I think that would have been a little bit too much. I don't know, actually. But, you know, I think it's gorgeous. I love it. It's very flowy, very drapey, and I think I will love wearing this summer. And I have plenty of room for big meals, and that is the whole point. That is one of the criteria when I choose a pattern. I'm not even joking. I just eat so much, and I've got such a massive belly at the end of the meal that this is mandatory. It cannot be. I think my belly is making some noises because I'm gonna have lunch in a minute. So sorry if you can hear that. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, no, it was a gorgeous make. I really loved it once it was all completed, and I'm going to put some pictures of me wearing this as I'm talking. And yeah, I just think it's a great dress. I think I will definitely make another version. I love it. Probably in like a cotton poplin, or yeah, something that might give it a bit more structure, and maybe something all the way to my knee, all the way to my feet. Might be really lovely. Actually, it might be like a different style with big pockets. I can definitely see that as a third version. So we'll see what I decide to do, and I'll definitely let you know. So these were my couple of versions of the Leanne dress. The next project I'm going to talk to you about is a lovely, lovely make that I absolutely love. When I put this dress on, I basically felt like a princess, and it just reminded me why I love sewing so much. It's basically just to make me feel like a princess. That's why I love sewing. Yeah, no, the feeling I had when I put it on was just, yeah, basically unmatched. So the first thing I need to say is that this is a pattern from Peppermint magazine. Peppermint magazine. They have 3 patterns on their website, and the one I decided to make was the Bowen dress. So initially, I was going to make this for Sew Frugal, which is a challenge that is run by Ruan and Frugalissima, I believe. And I was really, really motivated to make it happen, but unfortunately, I missed the deadline. I still completed my make, of course, still completed my project. I absolutely love it. I decided to make the Bowen dress from Peppermint magazine, so I'm going to put you some pictures of the pattern. Now, I did not want to have a dress that would be very oversized on me. You know that I definitely don't mind that for big meals, but I thought this was way too oversized for me anyway. I had seen on Instagram that a lot of people had to undersize because of how big the pattern was. And I stumbled across a couple of people that I need to mention here. So the first Instagram I came across was Paige Joanna. Yeah, Paige Joanna, who has a lovely Instagram account. If you don't know her, she works for Friday Pattern Company. I believe she's a social media manager. I can't remember, but she works for them, and she does amazing tutorials. I love the aesthetic of her Instagram, and I love her projects. So yeah, I'll put her Instagram in the description box below. And she hacked that dress, and she was inspired by another sewist who is the Island Sewcialist. Unfortunately, I cannot find an Instagram account for her, but if you do know the account, please let me know in the comment below, and I'll add it to the description box. But the Island Sewcialist made a blog on how she hacked the Bowen dress, and I'll put a picture as I'm talking of her version, which is absolutely stunning. Obviously, I'm not comfortable wearing short dresses, but it looks stunning on her. She looks absolutely gorgeous. So I was all planning on making a long version. So Paige used this partly this blog to hack her own version of the Bowen dress, and she made a long version with ties. So her version is literally what I wanted to make, and I cannot thank her enough. And I will let her know that she's in this video because I've done almost a copy and paste of how she hacked it. And part of her hacking, as I said, was based on the Island Sewcialist. So those 2 lovely ladies, I want to say a massive thank you, because without you, I wouldn't know how to hack the pattern to make it look how I wanted it. So yeah, have a look at the blog and at the Instagram page. Everything will be down below if you're interested in hacking the Bowen dress in this way. But yeah, I love their versions. So hopefully I would have shown you both versions, and I'm now going to show you mine. It was really easy to hack because of how simple is the pattern in the first place. So if you want to have a go at hacking a pattern, I definitely recommend you give this one a go if you like the pattern, obviously. And it made me a lot more confident in my ability to tweak patterns and amend things here and there. I did really enjoy that experience, and I sewed that dress in one weekend, which is unheard of because obviously I cannot sew the entire day. I've got a toddler, so I've got to look after him. So I only get bits and bobs during the day where I can actually when I can actually sew. So this is my gorgeous dress. It is so long, so I decided to keep the length of the sleeve ruffle. So I know that both Paige and the Ireland Sewcialist made them shorter, and I did hesitate, but I realised because of how tall I am and how much I love a big sleeve, I'm just going to leave it long. And I'm so pleased I did because I think this looks really nice. My belly keeps on making a lot of noises. I really don't know if you can hear it still, but never mind, just carry on. So I love these sleeves. They're really, really big, and I love a ruffle. If you know me, I love sewing gathering. I know some people, I was talking to a friend yesterday who was saying to me that I was absolutely mad to love gathering so much. I love it. I love doing that. So I love the big sleeves. I think they look really pretty, and it is such a beautiful dress. So these are my little ties. You can see at the back those lovely buttons, which are pigeon buttons. Pigeon buttons. I'm so sorry. Ethel and Joan. Ethel and Joan, Ethel and Joan's buttons. They're lovely. They're really nice. I got them at the Stitch Festival, and I think they look really, really lovely with this fabric. Absolutely love this dress. So I put 5 buttons. I was going to put another one at the very end, and then realised that the nutter that I am did not think that my buttonhole foot would not be able to go through the thickness of the gathering and go back and forth. Basically, it was stuck here at the waist gathering, so I should have spaced them out differently to maybe have one like maybe a little bit more down, but it doesn't matter because I would basically tie the straps at the back, so it's fine. It doesn't look weird at all. But yeah, I think the back is very, very nice. And then you have this big skirt with pockets. They're here. So I've got my pockets here. And then they're a little bit small actually. I wish I had used, so the pocket I now use, and I forgot to tell you that the pockets that I used for the Leanne dress, the second version, I used the paper cut pattern Estella dress pockets because they're really nice. They're big and roomy. Basically, they are just perfect. So these are the pockets I normally use, and I think for this one, I think I used the pockets that came with this pattern really, and they're a little bit small for me. I've got big ends as well as my big heads. I've got big ends. And then you've got a ruffle at the end that I also completely stole from Paige Joanna. So I made this dress really long. I don't think I can walk around with this dress outside. First of all, I can't wear that everywhere. I think it's one of those dresses that I'm going to wear for an event or something. I still don't know for what, but I just love it, and I realize how much I love making dresses like this. I don't know when I'm going to wear them, but I just love making them, so I'm just going to carry on. And when the occasion comes, I'll just wear them. But yeah, I would need to go on an Uber if I'm going to wear this to go to my destination. I can't walk with this. It's very long, and I love it. I love it so much. It makes me so happy to wear it. The fabric is from Poundfabrics. I remember that one because I had to order 8 meters of this fabric. Yeah, 8 meters. I think the width is narrower than your usual width. So I can't remember what it was, but I believe it is narrower. It's probably like the Ankara fabric, so 110 centimeter or something like that. So I had to order 8 meters. I had 5 meters originally. It wasn't enough if I wanted to make the ruffles at the bottom. So I ordered 3 other meters. And I really love it. I think it's amazing. I think it's such a beautiful dress with this lovely buttons from Ethel and Joan. And yeah, it's gorgeous. Absolutely love it. Don't regret one bit making it, and we'll probably be making another version, maybe a version without sleeves actually, or I don't know, I'll just have to think about it. One thing I forgot to say, I made the neckband a bit deeper because I thought the neckband was too close to my neck, and I didn't really like the look of it for the entire dress, so I made it a little bit deeper, just by 1 centimeter, but it does make a big difference. And I also lined the top of the dress. I lined it entirely because I didn't want to have a facing that was going to go like this. So I basically lined the entire top, and actually it was easier. I think it was easier in hindsight than having to also um, basically tweak the facing pattern, the facing basically pieces of the pattern for the neckband. So yeah, I just basically lined it in this lovely cream cotton fabric that I also ordered from the Poundfabrics website. If you don't know Poundfabrics, 100% have a look at their website. They're so great. They have really, really cheap fabrics. I think this was £5 a meter, that cotton poplin fabric. And I think the cream fabric was £3 a meter or something like that. And they're really good quality. So I cannot recommend them enough as a fabrics website. So that was my second to last make. I just felt like I just felt like a princess in this dress. It's really hard to describe, the feeling of wearing it. It just made me so happy that I realized, and I knew that from last year's projects, because I made a couple of dresses in cotton fabric, which really made me feel like a little princess as well. Whereas I've never been like a proper girly girl. I've always been a tomboy, and I think I pretty much still have a personality of a tomboy. Those dresses in cotton fabric make me really, really happy. So I'm going to carry on doing that. And I just love sewing with cotton. It's so easy. If you're a beginner, just sew with cotton. Like your first 10 garments, just sew them in cotton. Like, make your life easier. So my last project, I have talked about in one of my videos. I think I talked about it. Oh yeah, on my birthday fabric haul. So I'll put a little link on the screen if you have not seen that video. So this is a French pattern. As I said in that video, it is very similar to the Mabel dress by Atelier Bernie, and I definitely recommend this dress if you have not seen the pattern yet. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I already had this French pattern in my stash when the Mabel dress came out, so I decided to use the pattern I had in my stash, basically. But it's very similar to that Mabel dress. So hopefully I'll give you some inspiration to see my make. I've kept it to the end because not everyone might be interested, simply because obviously it is a French pattern, as I said. But the lady does have some English patterns on her website, so I will put a link down below. So the dress that I make is a lovely dress. It was a very straightforward make. I can't remember what is the Mabel dress difficulty, but I know the Mabel dress you do have to use shirring as a technique to make it, whereas this one is literally just you can actually use shirring, but you can also do an elasticated waistband, which I think is perfect for me because I've never done shirring, but I definitely want to learn. So this is my lovely toile. So that's my wearable toile. I don't sew actual toiles. I just cannot do that. It's not happening. Not anytime soon. I will be sewing toiles that I can't wear. So this is a lovely viscose that I got from my local market, which I absolutely love. I think it's very pretty, very flowy, but very easy to work with, which I was very pleased with. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So you can see the neckband, which I think is the same as the Mabel dress. You got your little tie that you insert inside a sort of like a channel that you create with two seams, and then your sleeves. You also have an elasticated how do you call it? You insert an elastic inside the little casing. Do you call this a casing? I can't remember what you call this bit, but basically, yeah, the elastic is inserted inside this little bands that you sew at the end of the sleeves, and you do exactly the same for the waistband. So I was very pleased that this fabric, which I do like, but obviously it's not like a love at first sight sort of fabric, but I will definitely be wearing this. It's gorgeous. So yeah, it was good to sew this toile because I realized that my waistband, my elasticated waistband, should have been a little bit more up the bodice. I think it's too low on my waist. It's fine, but you normally insert 3 elastic, I think, and in the end I only inserted 1 because I think the other one would have been too low on my waist. It would have been really strange. So with just the 1, it's fine, but it's good to know for my next version I will put it up, you know, on the actual dress. The other thing is that it is a bit tight at the hip. I'm going to grade the size, yeah, between the bodice and the hip. So at the waist, I'll basically join the pattern pieces and go up 1 size because I think it's too narrow at the hip. I'm not that comfortable. I would like it to be a lot more wide at the hip, yeah. And then you've got a little ruffle at the end, which is very cute. So this is the shorter version, which I did have to lengthen by 30 centimeter because I think the pattern is made for someone who is 5 foot something. I can't remember. I'm 6 foot. She's a lot smaller than I am, so I definitely had to lengthen this by half centimeter. Yeah, she was 150 and I'm 183 in centimeters. So yeah, 30 centimeter. I had to add to the skirt, otherwise it would have been basically I wouldn't have been able to wear it. But yeah, no, it's lovely. I did lengthen it so that it was just below my knee, and I'm going to make 2 other versions, one full length versions, which I can't wait to sew. I love the fabric so much. I've talked about it in my birthday fabric haul video, and the other version I'm going to make will be a little bit shorter than this because I want it at my knee, and I'll wear it with tights under. So I'll just remove a few centimeters. I think this one is a little bit too much below my knee, but perfect to wear in summer, like without tights on and all that. But the other version I want to wear with tights because I think the fabric is perfect for autumn, and I really hope, that I'll be able to make it this summer. So I love this dress. I'm going to show you some pictures of me wearing it, of me twirling around in it, if I've got a video as well. And I hope that this was interesting for you to listen to. I really apologize if you heard my belly telling me how hungry it was for the last 40 minutes ish we've been talking. So thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you have any question and if you want to talk about any of the pattern, please feel free to comment. I just love talking to you on here. I also love talking to you on Instagram. So on Instagram I am Katie Creer as well. And I hopefully will see you in my next video where I will most likely be talking about my sewing plans for summer. Thank you ever so much again, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye.